Have you ever noticed how tired you are? Not just sleepy, but tired. Like soul deep tired. Even after full night's sleep, even after you finally finish that stream or edit or post, it's like no matter what you do, there is this fog that never fully lifts. You might think you're just lazy or unmotivated, maybe falling behind, but maybe you're not lazy, you're just worn down. And maybe it's not burnout, at least not yet. Maybe it's something smaller, quieter, but just as heavy. Today, I want to talk about that tiredness. The kind that builds up when you're a small creator, a new VTuber, or someone trying so hard to grow in a space that often feels like it's moving without you. We will talk about what that exhaustion really is, where it comes from, how to know when it's becoming burnout, and most importantly, what you can do to take care of yourself before it breaks you. You're not broken, you're just tired. Let's figure it out why together. We hear the word burnout a lot, but not everything you feel is a full on burnout. Sometimes it's something more subtle, something creeping in little by little. Let's look at four types of exhaustion creators face. First one is creative exhaustion. You're tired of having to be interesting, of always needing a new idea, a fresh angle, another post, another edit. Your brain feels like it's running on empty, but the pressure to keep showing up never stops. Second one is emotional fatigue. This one's quieter. It's the heaviness that comes from hoping every upload will finally do well, and feeling crushed when it doesn't. Is the emotional weight of performing like you are fine even when you are not. Third one, social plus comparison fatigue. You scroll and see everyone else improving, debuting, gaining followers. Meanwhile, you feel like you are standing still. Even if you don't want to compare, your brain does it anyway. And fourth one, sensory mental overload. Streaming, editing, voice tuning, community building, it's a lot. Especially when you're always monitoring your voice, posture, avatar, chat, overlays. Even if you're not neurodivergent, this kind of sensory multitasking adds up. Any one of these can make you tired, but together, they add up into something that feels like burnout, even if it doesn't look like it. You're not weak for feeling this way. You're just creator trying to carry too much. Here's the thing about being a VTuber. It's not just streaming, it's not just playing a game or chatting. It's performing, it's multitasking, it's holding a digital world together with your own energy. You might only stream for 2 or 3 hours, but before that, you're prepping, warming up, setting your scene, rehearsing what version of you is going live today. And it's not about being fake, it's about holding a presence, and that takes energy. Another one is constant self monitoring. Your mic, your lighting, your facial tracking. Is your mouth synchronizing? Did your eyes just bug out again? You're not just talking, you're watching yourself talk constantly. This kind of hyper awareness wears you down more than you would expect. You're reading chat while talking, adjusting your tone on the fly, handling trolls with grace, and trying to keep up energy even when you're tired. It's like hosting a party alone for hours. And even if just 5 people show up, you're still the host. And sometimes you've created this version of yourself, your model, your lore, your vibe, And now you feel like you always have to be on brand. Even when you're exhausted, even when the brand feels far away. You don't need to be a perfect magical girl every stream. You're allowed to just be a person. All of this, on top of everything else you do, makes fatigue feel heavier than it should. It's not just the time, it's the emotional energy you pour into every minute. Sometimes, tired isn't just tired. It's something deeper, something heavier. It's burnout. And when it's creeping in, you might not even notice until it hits hard. Let's look at the red flags that will tell you that you are burning out. Red flag number 1. You start dreading the thing you used to love. Streaming used to excite you. Now, you procrastinate, you sigh before going live, you stare at OBS like it's a monster under your bed. Sign number 2. Content feels like a chore, not a choice. You keep uploading because you feel like you have to, not because you want to. It stops feeling creative. It becomes survival, obligation, a loop. Sign number 3, you can't emotionally connect anymore. You're smiling, you're talking, but you feel disconnected from the chat, the game, the moment. You're watching yourself exist like a puppet going through motions. Sign number 4, you feel guilty for taking breaks. So you don't. You convince yourself you don't deserve to rest because you are still small. You haven't earned the time off. You're terrified people will forget you if you disappear for even a few days. If any of this sounds familiar, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not failing, you're not lazy, you're not broken. You are burned out, and you deserve care, not guilt. You don't have to wait until it breaks you. There are ways to catch it early and recover. You don't have to disappear completely to recover. You don't have to quit your dreams just to feel okay again. But you do need to care for the person behind the model. That's you. Let yourself make things that don't need to be content. Doodle, write a lore for fun, make a silly edit just for your friends. Not everything has to go on YouTube. Not everything has to perform. If your energy comes in waves, don't force yourself into a weekly schedule you can't sustain. Try batching. Try shorter streams. Even 30 minutes counts. If you're tired, your audience would rather have you happy than perfect. Creative rest isn't just lying down. It's stepping away from expectations, from output, from what's next. Go sit in silence, watch a show with zero guilt. Go outside, touch a tree, touch a grass. Remind yourself you're alive outside that screen too. Even I need to leave the witchy tower sometimes. You don't owe anyone an explanation. But telling your community that you're slowing down to protect your spark, that's not weakness, that's leadership, that's trust. You're allowed to rest, you're allowed to pause, and you're absolutely allowed to keep your dream alive, even if it happens more slowly, more softly. You're not falling behind, you are healing, and that's still forward. You're not lazy, you're not behind, you're not bad at this. You're just caring too much. And no one told you it was okay to set some of it down. The numbers, the algorithm, the editing, the tweeting, the energy it takes to pretend you're okay. It builds, quietly, relentlessly. Until suddenly you're exhausted and you don't even remember why you started. But here's what I want you to hear. You don't have to earn rest. You don't need to hit a milestone to be allowed to breathe. Your value isn't tied to your content, and you don't have to push through the pain to prove you're passionate. You're not weak for being tired. You're human, and that's the most magical thing of all. If no one told you today, I'm proud of you. Not because of what you made, but because you are still here, still trying, still dreaming. I know this world can feel overwhelming, especially when you're building your dream from scraps and stardust. Especially when you're tired and no one seems to notice. But please, don't confuse exhaustion with failure. And don't let that tired voice in your head tell you to give up. You're still allowed to dream, even on the days you don't feel magical, even when all you can do is rest.